For whatever reason, for a little while now, there has been a legitimate backlash against Halloween by conservatives. They are claiming that it is a pagan holiday. They are claiming that it is worshiping demons. They are claiming that it is leading the youth in the wrong direction. But I am here to say, do not fret, because guess what? Halloween is actually kind of based. So basically, what's been going on is the pagans are doing the same thing they constantly do and are trying to take a Christian holiday and turn it into something it's not. We hear this every single year about Christmas, for example. They're always like, did you know Jesus wasn't even born in December? He was actually born in spring or summer, and you guys just repurposed our holiday? By the way, that is complete bullshit. When you trace about 9 months after the conception of Christ, which would be the same day that he was killed on, which was, I believe, April 3rd. I believe that's the day that it's been narrowed down to. April 3rd, a Friday. You go about 9 months from that, you get December. So that's how we figured out that he was born in December on the 25th. You go 9 months after his um death. So, one, pagans, stop trying to come after Christmas. You guys are gay. But two, Halloween, they're trying to do this exact same thing too. They're trying to say that Halloween is a makeover of Samhain, a pagan festival that was basically based around the coming of a new winter. It's to represent the new dark time ahead. But the truth is, Halloween is a Halloween is a holiday to honor the saints and to honor the dead. That's what we do on Halloween. It was originally a Christian holiday. That's right, pagans. This wasn't yours. Halloween is a Christian holiday. It is it is to honor our saints. Of course, the next day we have All Saints Day. So the day before that is the eve of All Saints Day. So it's to kind of represent, the spiritual realm of things. It's a chance to recognize that. And that is incredibly based. We need to start recognizing the spiritual more. And this is part of the reason why Halloween is being taken from us. We as Christians have this tendency to look over the spirituality of our religion. Now, the conclusion I've come off of after reading the Bible, reading all these verses time and time again, reading Genesis over and over again, reading Revelations, in my eyes, there are likely three dimensions, you could say. Three different vibrational realms in Christianity. You have ours, you have like the angelic and demonic world that is present on this planet, and then off of this planet, you have the heavens, all functioning on different vibrational waves. We as Christians oftentimes overlook the first of all the spiritual wave that is happening on our planet, and we also tend to overlook heaven. I know a lot of Protestants out there. You guys have a tendency not to, create a saints and such. And I'm not talking about this like I'm a Catholic trying to tell you, trying to look down upon you, because I know that's something that happens a lot. I myself am not Catholic. I don't entirely know what I am at this point. I've had some considerations to make. I've been looking into my views on everything, and I don't know, Catholicism, it's pretty based. Our problem is I have a little bit of a problem with the Pope, but that's a topic for another video. But as Protestants, we need to recognize the importance of the spiritual and the importance of the saints. We need to start honoring them, and that's what we need to be doing on Halloween. It's a time to honor the saints. Praying to Mary is incredibly based. Praying to the saints is incredibly based. If you disagree, go ahead, leave in the comments why, and I'll be sure to get around to you, because about 2 months ago, I didn't believe in, not even, about a month ago, I didn't believe in praying to saints, and then I was convinced otherwise. And once you're convinced, you can never go back, because it's very evident that it's something that is very good to be doing, and it's very healthy for your relationship with God. So if you disagree, if you are a Protestant like I would consider myself as of now, go ahead, leave it in the comments, and I'll get to you. But we oftentimes, especially as Protestants, overlook the spiritual importance of Christianity, and that's why Halloween's being taken. We're like, oh no, just ignore the spiritual, ignore the angels, ignore the saints, ignore the demons. But those are all incredibly important aspects of our faith, and that's what is recognized on this day. So we need to stop letting pagans try to repurpose it. We can't let that happen. The whole idea of trick or treating, that comes from it's another Christian thing. It comes from Europe. It comes from poor people. They go and they would beg on the doorsteps on All Saints' Day, and they would beg to those praying for the dead. And out of the generosity of our hearts, these Christians would give the poor beggars, they'd give them food. And then that eventually became the trick or treating that we have today. Everything with Halloween, if you look at the real history, is incredibly based. I know about a year ago, I believe a year ago today, I released a video about the true meaning of Halloween. It might have been a little over a year ago. I don't remember if I released it on Halloween or not. Happy Halloween, by the way. I don't know if I've said that yet. But I released a video talking about how, oh, as a Christian, you shouldn't be celebrating this. It comes from Sanheim. But after a little bit of research and a little bit of soul digging, I've realized that is inaccurate. They try to take everything from us. They're trying to destroy our history. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason why I'm making this video right now. You can't let your history get stolen from you. They're trying to repurpose everything. Look at any point through European history specifically. They try to demonize us. Everything they do, they try to demonize. I mean, you can look at the wars that we've been involved in. Like, obviously, on my screen right now, the screen that you're watching, the background that I've created, I've got that Confederate flag right there. That's because the history about the Civil War isn't entirely accurate. There are a lot of misconceptions, and the Confederacy was actually a pretty good group of guys. Robert E. Lee is an American hero, and they're burning down his statues right now. And that's honestly the same concept as what's going on with Halloween, what's going on with Christmas. They're trying to say everything that is European is demonic because paganism is the worship of demons. So they take something like Christmas. We'll look at that for a second. They like, hey, everything that you guys have, it comes from the worship of demons. But that's not true in the slightest. No, Christmas entirely comes from the praise of God. Halloween, they're trying to say, oh, look, it's a holiday to worship the demonic. They're trying to steal it from you. They're trying to change your history. Don't let it happen. This is your history. This is your country. This is your culture. It's time to fight for it. When they say white people don't have a culture, this is why they get away with it. Because we don't recognize things like this that we built, that we created, and we let them demonize it. So stop letting that happen. Halloween is a holiday to recognize the saints, to recognize our God, to recognize the angels. That's what you should be doing on Halloween. And there's nothing wrong with like the fear factor part of Halloween either. A lot of people, even the Christians that will defend Halloween, will be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right on that part, but we do all this like we haunted houses. Ooh, you shouldn't be doing that. Why not? It's the overcoming of fear. It's looking death in the eye and saying, "I am not afraid." That's what we're doing. These horror movies, it's pushing through the fear of death. And sure, it's entertaining, give us a dopamine hit, which is fine. It's a chance to overcome the fear of death. It's a chance to look past it, to prove that you're stronger than it. That's what we're doing. Halloween is praying to saints, praying to those that are no longer with us, and saying, I do not fear death. I will overcome it. I am above it. Death is not something that will hold me back. That's what horror is. That's what all this scary stuff is. There's some that takes it too far, right? There is some aspects of Halloween today that are, quite frankly, demonic. You shouldn't go dressed as a devil. I know some people do that. You absolutely should not be dressing as demons. You shouldn't be celebrating demonology. You should not be playing with Ouija boards. You should not be trying to. You should not be doing seances. Don't do anything that is demonic for the rest of the year too. But that stuff only comes around Halloween time because they're trying to repurpose it. They're trying to take our holiday and they're trying to make it pagan, they're trying to make it demonic. And that's how they do it with those little games and such. So don't do those things because that is just contacting demons. So you don't want to break that vibrational threshold still. You want to keep that intact. But it's a chance to recognize that threshold. It's a chance to look upon the demons and say, I am not afraid of you. It's a chance to look at the angels and be thankful for you and say, I'm thankful for you. It's a chance to pray to the saints and thank them for all that they do for you. And it's a chance to pray for the saints to our God and thank Him for what He does for us, what He does for the saints, what He does for the angels, for what He does for the world. That's what you should be doing on Halloween. Don't let them repurpose it. Don't let them convince you out of celebrating. This is a time to celebrate. It's part of our culture. It's part of our history. Don't let them take your history away from you. This is your culture. This is your country. This is your history. The more they take from you, the less you'll be connected to the saints that came before you. Again, Halloween, incredibly, incredibly based holiday that we should all follow a little more. But on that note, I am going to head out. So again, go hang out with friends, hang out with family, enjoy the holiday. Don't let the pagans get to you. Don't let them convince you out of it. And if a Christian comes to you and says you shouldn't be doing this, show them this video or explain with your own reasoning on why, you know what, Halloween is pretty frickin' based. So again, so long. Peace out. God bless y'all. If you enjoyed, don't forget, like and subscribe. I kind of messed up the outro that time. Yeah, my bad. I did it a little early. I rushed it. Forgot this whole section. Okay, so in the description of this video, check out my Discord server. Very based. We do a lot of very autistic things there. Very fun. And then go check out my Rumble because, YouTube doesn't allow free speech. Check out my Twitter. Any updates on this channel will be there. And then also just post a lot of base things. And finally, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. But again, I'm heading out. So long. Peace out. And God bless y'all for real this time.